We want to again thank the coordinators for their support today in facilitating this session, and thank you for your participation and adaptability. We hope you have a deeper understanding of the SAMR model and that you feel equipped to question and reflect on your technology usage and how it enhances learning in your classroom.
Today you were presented with a lot of information about the SAMR model. We want to make sure you know how to access the materials we covered and a few additional resources you might find helpful. In our Digital Learning Canvas course, under the SAMR page, in addition to today's presentation and the choice activities, you will also see a SAMR resources table. Included are links to content-specific examples of SAMR at each level. In these cases, the examples are for one lesson or activity being tweaked to move it up from S to A to M and then to R. Also included are ideas on how Nearpod and Canvas can be leveraged for different SAMR levels. And a few activity and lesson examples broken down by the level of SAMR. Keep in mind, SAMR is subjective. We felt these activities fit at these levels, but there is really no right or wrong here. It is all about the learning, and that's what matters. Additionally, at the bottom of the page, we have included copies of 3 illustrated examples. We hope that one speaks to you and helps solidify your understanding of the levels of SAMR.
Let's take a quick look at the coffee example. This is a pretty common example. Most people drink coffee, unless you're Misty. You substituted a plain cup of coffee at home for a more expensive version of plain coffee from a restaurant. This is the equivalent of having your students type a paper versus having them handwrite it. Then you have your latte, warm espresso topped with steamed milk. Something extra has happened here. You, or your barista, augmented your drink, taking an extra step to add the milk. This is like having your students go beyond simply typing the paper and adding in built-in tools such as spelling check, grammar check, and Explore, a feature within Google Docs. With the caramel macchiato, you're now bringing in new flavors that are going to really change the dynamic of the coffee. You've modified it so much, it may not even taste like coffee anymore. Working with our same lesson, we are now moving from handwriting to typing with enhancements, to now pulling in multimedia, video, images, links to websites, and much more. Now, let's talk pumpkin spice. It is pumpkin pie turned into a drink. You've completely redefined what was a classic holiday dessert into a new version of coffee, while also redefining coffee into a dessert. In the classroom, the essay becomes a multimedia presentation, a podcast, a documentary, a live stream, and more. Then, these products are shared beyond the walls of their classroom to enhance the learning of others.
In the scuba example, we're exploring the sea. So to begin, take our first step into the water from the beach. Maybe we aren't quite ready to get all the way in, so we paddleboard or row on top. Remember, substitution is a great place to begin with technology integration, but we don't want to stay here forever, not when there's so much more that we can explore. When you're ready to look at what else technology can do for the learning, think of it like getting a snorkel and goggles. You are ready to put your face in the ocean and take your first look under the water. You can't go too deep yet, but a new world has been opened up to you. In the classroom, this is you embracing the enhancements the technology can bring for you and your students. Now that you've taken your first glimpse into the ocean, you're excited for more. Your curiosity is piqued and you want to dive deeper. The technology makes it possible for more exploration, explanation, and enhancement. Finally, we have a submarine. You're now able to go to places that were previously impossible. You could never have explored these depths without the technology of the submarine. This is you and your students going beyond the walls of the classroom.
The final example uses cars to relate the levels. So we have this adorable, cute little pink car, and a substitution level, we've just changed the paint color to blue. Augmentation level, we've gone from a tiny car to a slightly bigger car, still a car, but we've got some upgrades. Then, at the modification level, we've gone from a car to a tank. We have armor plating, we have defense systems, but we're still on the ground. And then at the redefinition level, we've taken from the ground to the air in our helicopter something that was previously unavailable to us in a car.
As you move into the next phase of your day, we hope that you will reflect on SAMR as you look at your lesson plans. A couple of quick reminders. SAMR isn't intended to be a hierarchy. R isn't inherently better than S. All the levels have their place. Think of it like the rigor relevance framework. You can't always be in quadrant D, but you shouldn't stay in quadrant A. Again, we truly hope today's session has given you a new method for thinking about technology use in your classroom. As a reminder, we are here to support you. Please feel free to reach out to any member of Digital Learning Services if you'd like to learn more.